Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. My guest, part of our candidate interviews for the upcoming November elections, one of the candidates running for Aztec City Commission in District 4, Katie Burnett Buchholz is with me this afternoon. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. We appreciate you coming in. And I asked you when you came in if this was your first run for public office, and you reminded me that you're on the Aztec School Board at the moment, right?
Yes.
Board of Education.
Yes.
So now you're running for City Commission.
Yes.
Why? What made you decide to do that, I guess, is my first question for you.
Well, I served on the Boys and Girls Club board in Aztec until shortly after it became Boys and Girls Club of San Juan County. I saw some of the challenges that they had after serving on the school board for my first 2 years. I still have 2 more. I saw some of the challenges that we had, and really they're not specific to any organization. They're community challenges. And so when this opportunity came up, I thought it would be a good chance to bridge some of these organizations and help with the community issues that we're having, not the individual ones, just to be more effective in serving my community.
I see. And so some of these challenges that you mentioned, are they the same things that keep coming up over and over again, or related things that you're identifying from your service?
You know, different in different organizations.
I see.
But the theme is the same, that it's community.
Right.
You know, it's infrastructure, it's partnerships, community support for kids is a big one for me. And then becoming more and more aware of our aging community and support that they need as well. So it was just a natural progression of, we need someone to kind of help tie it all together. And that's my hope, is to bridge a lot of these organizations and work together as a team with whoever's on the commission in this city to really bolster the community.
I see. And so from your perspective then, some of the bigger issues facing the city of Aztec, and not necessarily the schools, but the city proper, what would that be? Things like the infrastructure and other things that you mentioned then?
I see infrastructure. I know there's a big focus on that in other directions, so it's not something I hugely want to focus on. I know it's something that is going to naturally be worked on. They already talked about it in the upcoming budget, that they're looking at different alternatives. So I definitely see it as an issue. I really want to focus on community health for employees, for seniors, for the kids, for the parents that are supporting. We just need more. There's so many active, amazing people in the community, but they're not working together. So we need to establish policies and procedures and systems to get people together to take advantage of the services that are out there. And if there's a deficit, find a way to fix that. So.
Got you. And do you have some kind of pet projects or pet areas, I guess, that you were focused on too with your campaign? What would some of those be?
You know, really, it's community and working together. One reoccurring theme is it is really hard to collaborate across agencies. I think people are really trying to hold theirs together, and so it's, well, you're on your own, you figure that out. When really, if everybody started working together and took bite-sized, worked on them little bits, that all of the organizations would grow. And I think that the isolation is a big problem, and thinking that everyone has to fix their own when really we can help each other significantly.
Got you. And you think that, and you feel that the city is the way to maybe bring folks together to do that? Absolutely.
Not that the city is responsible for all of it, but the city is the hub.
Got you. Very, very interesting. And tell me a little bit about your background as well. You talked about your service on these other boards and things like that, and with the school board and those types of things. Tell us a little bit more about you.
Oh, goodness. So I moved into Aztec in 2008, started a family. I have 3 daughters. Over the course of the time, I bought a dance studio. I have 4 amazing partners. We run Inspire Dance Academy. And I've really just I've been so blessed that people have come to me and asked if I'd be willing to do certain things. And if I have the time, I kind of fall in love with this piece of the community and fall in love with that piece. And so I've spent a lot of time really getting to know everybody. I have more of a background in business. And I'm super dyslexic, and I call it my superpower because I'm obsessed over knowing all of the things. So when I look at how I overcome challenges and issues, I want to know all of the information and how it impacts everybody. And I feel like that's part of the problem, is we're not paying attention to decisions that we're making that impact other people and organizations. So I've just kind of floated around. I've been blessed to be adopted by all these different parts of the community and feel like I need to do more to serve them all.
Right. Do you feel that the city of Aztec's heading in the right direction? Are there some things that they have done, the city has done, that maybe you disagree with? Or what are your thoughts about the city policies and the direction of the city of Aztec?
I think it is in a position, right? We have a really good opportunity right now to push it to complete some things that have just been kind of hanging out there. We're going to be hiring a new city manager. That person is going to be essential. And so finding someone that you can work well with, that shares your same idea of community, and someone that you can build a relationship and trust to execute, like that opportunity happening with this election is really special. So I think that's going to be great. There've already been talks about how they're changing budget to fix certain things. I think that's kind of on the right track. The mayor's done a great job of keeping the city with a surplus and is ready to reinvest it in the city. So I think we're just right on the edge of being able to do some really awesome things. I want to be a part of that, and I want to be a part of making responsible decisions.
Understood. And you mentioned the city manager, and it's somewhat unique, I think, that that's your opponent in this race. He is running in this race as well.
Yes.
He will not be the city manager, evidently, going forward. And so does that create any unique situations for you in your campaign?
No, not really. I mean, I decided to run long before I knew who my opponent would be. So it hasn't really changed my why. I know he has strengths and things that he's really good at. I'm very confident in mine and team building and collaboration that I think. Yeah,
got it. I got it. But it's a unique situation. But it sounds to me like you feel that you are 2 very different candidates, and the voters would have a definite choice between the 2 of you when they cast their vote in November.
Yes.
Is that a fair statement?
Absolutely.
Okay. Fair enough. Some of the other things that you are looking forward to as you get out and about and you're talking to potential voters in the city, what are they telling you? Are they telling you some of the same things that you're concerned about, or are they telling you some new things that you're maybe being made aware of?
Well, let's see. Let me think about last night. Last night I heard a lot about transportation, which is something I haven't really heard a lot about, but I know it is kind of an issue. I know that people have talked about it in the past and what they would like to bring back. So that was a really good conversation. A lot of healthcare, a lot of mental health, which I also see in our community through the studio, through the schools, through the people that I know in the other organizations. So a lot of that is reoccurring. I love talking to people about things that I'm not super familiar with. I don't ever want to be the expert in the room. I want people to teach me and introduce me to new ideas and new perspectives. So I've had a lot of that, which has been amazing. And I just my wheels are turning on, okay, how can I collaborate with this person to work here, and how can we collaborate with this organization to help this group of people? And so if nothing else comes out of the election but making these amazing connections in the community that I can collaborate with in the future, I will be very, very pleased.
Right, understood. You mentioned transportation. Is that talking about streets and roads or bus service or all the above, or what types of things are they telling you?
The big thing I've heard is the Red Apple Transit.
Okay.
And service stopping in Aztec.
Right. And that's something that folks would like to have back, I guess, at least the folks that you're hearing from?
Yes, and mostly for medical purposes. People being able to get to
a doctor or a hospital or Gotcha. Yeah. Understood. And of course that's a budget thing.
Right.
And so the question comes to budgets and things like that. Certainly I know every city probably wants to offer more to its residents, but it's a matter of having to pay for it and still keep things affordable. How do you feel towards some of those things? I mean, it's hard to make some tough decisions sometimes, I suppose, right?
It is. I'm fortunate that I'm on the Finance and Budget Committee for the school board. Our finance lady is a wizard. She's amazing, and she educates me on a lot of different things. So I'm trying to go at it with an open mind because there's so much to learn with different organizations, especially when government's involved. So I'd like to become more familiar with the why not before I say, like, why can't we? There's usually, and going through and looking at what we're wrapping up and where you can pull money from, which is the great thing about coming in when the city has a surplus, because you can say, okay, what projects do we need to complete, and then where can we pull some funding for projects that people in the community are passionate about.
Sure. Give me your vision for Aztec in the next 5 years. What would you like to see in the city of Aztec?
Oh my gosh. So I would love to see, okay, this is probably bigger than 5 years, right?
Okay.
Restored historic Maine. I love history, and our area is so full of history and culture. I'd love to see some of that restored. I'd love to see more community events, really celebrating our area, and not just in Aztec, but San Juan County as well.
Okay.
How can Aztec work with other counties for that? So I'd love to see more young families be able to move into Aztec and be successful. I would love to see more businesses, and healthy, mental health, access to other healthcare, and just a healthy, happy community.
Sure. Well, and it sounds like there are some of these big projects that may be completed that could help get there, like Main Street, Main Avenue, and things like that, with the bypass project, which has been a big one and should be completed shortly, as far as I know. Fingers crossed.
Right, fingers crossed.
I hear you, exactly. But that's another important thing for the community and the greater region, I think, as well. And so things like that. And so can the city play a role in helping to promote some of these things, like community festivals and things like that, without maybe having to take down the full cost of it, but maybe trying to help promote it or bring these folks together, as you mentioned earlier?
Absolutely. Even, I think that them starting and reaching out, working with, they have a pretty decent relationship with the chamber, working with the chamber on events, utilizing the space that they have in the parks and encouraging I definitely think that they can start even just saying, hey, we want to do this. Do you want to come in and collaborate?
Right.
I think the city is in a perfect position to do that.
Got you. Very good. We're just about out of time.
I'm so
today.
sorry.
No, that's okay. But I wanted to make sure I left a moment for you to tell folks how they can reach you if there's other questions or issues that they're personally concerned about that we haven't talked about today. How can they reach out to you? What's the best way to do that?
Well, I'm on Facebook like everybody else, so it would be KDB at Aztec, and then that's my email as well, as kdbaztec@gmail.com. So you can email me. My phone number is on the state website as well. I've had people call and reach out to me. And
okay. You don't mind that? Folks reaching out by
phone?
No,
I love it, actually.
Okay.
I love hearing about what's important to people.
Very good. Very good. Well, Katie Burnett Buchholz, I appreciate you coming in and talking with me about your campaign. Much good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Thanks for joining me today. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.